Today is today's February 20 today's February 26th, 2026. Oh, 26. Okay. This is what I learned today. You're not inconsistent. You're just used to what you've always been doing. It's like, for example, every day you drive home, you take the same route. At some point, your brain just automatically does that route. And if you turn off your brain and turn off that side of your brain that has to think about what they're doing, you would drive the same route home from work every single day. And today I learned about subconscious doing and body programs, and when your body feels a certain way when you proclaim something, or when you just find yourself doing something and you have no idea why you're repeating the same patterns. I started exploring those topics today, and I learned that it's not really about being inconsistent, it's more about working against what my body or what my subconscious mind might have deemed as the norm. And one thing that I think is really important for me as I start this journey of like journaling and documenting myself is to remember that I am not a project to fix. I am a human being, and I deserve love, I deserve care, and the same way I will help other people and show care to other people is the same way I should treat myself. And so for that, I am not a fixer up a project. I also, if anyone is watching this, I don't want you to ever think like you have to fix your life, or your life is something that has to be this grandiose project that must always constantly undergo changes. I think I'm gonna look at this from love, from the perspective of love, and from the perspective of, changing programs that simply are not serving me and are not just in the life that I want to live. And in that mindset, I will admonish myself in love. I will say something when it's not. I'll say things that don't align with me, but I'll say them with love. And I refuse to be mean to me. I refuse to be a bully of myself. And I choose constantly to, love myself, because I am my greatest version of love. And that's also one of the things I learned today. So I wrote down a bunch of things that I want to repeat out loud and talk about when it comes to reprogramming your subconscious mind. So we spoke about how it's not inconsistency, it's trying to move away from what is familiar and what is already known. One of the key points that I took away from all my listening and reading today is that you have to know patterns and what you're aware of. For example, if every single time I talk about, money, I feel kind of odd, then I need to understand, why am I feeling odd? Is this something that comes up every single time money is brought up? Is this a one-off thing? Or is it always constantly that I feel this way when this particular topic is being brought up? And then, excuse me, I want to say confirmation verb because of Jadena. But from understanding how my body feels, what feels familiar to my body, what is my natural instinct, there's one aspect of understanding how I naturally react to things. Do I feel angry when someone brings up a topic? Do I feel sad when someone brings up a topic? How do I feel when I talk about certain things versus other things? When I talk about my goals, for example, does my body feel aligned to it? Does it feel misaligned? Does it feel like, oh yeah, we got this shit, we can do it? Pardon my French. Or does it feel like, no, maybe we have to take a step back, and maybe now is not the time to do this, or maybe this doesn't feel right. I just noticed one thing, even saying that just felt weird. Like, what do you mean this doesn't feel right? Our goals are meant to be accomplished. So clearly, we're working some programs, and it looks like they're working. But yeah, being able to point how your body is reacting to things, and then once you notice those patterns, and you notice how, if you're only tracking your goals, track your goals for a bit, and then notice how it might reflect in other aspects of your life. For example, if you're avoidant with your goals, or if you kind of run away when it comes to the part of committing to your goals, then there are chances that you might also be running away when it comes to committing to a relationship, for example. And so being able to see how those patterns that pop up in what you're trying to achieve might reflect in other areas of your life as well. And once you got all of this down to the basics, it's about creating a new set of programs to become familiar with. It's about being intentional and loving in creating new programs, reminding yourself daily that, oh, I want to do this goal because it makes me happy, and being happy is fine, being happy is safe. Or I'm going to achieve this goal because I feel okay. I'm freaking rambling. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say though. So for example, if you're trying to lose weight and every single time you try to lose weight, you just never accomplish that goal. And I think it's about rewiring yourself to be like, okay, I'm losing weight to be a healthier version of myself. Nothing is wrong with me. I'm not ashamed of myself. Or telling yourself that there's no need for me to be ashamed. My body works constantly to protect me and to nourish me, and I'm choosing to be healthy by working out and by eating healthy for my body. I'm choosing to honor my body as a temple. So for example, that kind of thing. Hopefully that makes sense. But yes, putting new sets of programs in place so your mind refers to those programs versus the old patterns, and your mind thinks, oh, it's safe to lose weight because we're honoring our body, versus while we're losing weight it's all going to come back again and nothing is going to work, type of thing. You see how drastically different that is? And so we want our mind to always go towards, or we want to train our mind and brain, because it's a muscle, to go towards the goodness and the positivity of life and of things. It's very easy to live a fulfilling life and enjoy a life when your brain is kind to you. And so just always trying and working to rewire your brain when you notice patterns that just aren't serving you, or patterns that are rooted in negativity that it don't even come from you, because we sometimes learn this from friends and families. And one example for today was someone talking about how other people die for other people to rise up. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, but I literally heard that today, and my body was like, hell no, I'm not gonna die for someone else to live, or I'm not going to have to drop down for someone else to live. And so it's noticing how people say things around you, and sometimes our brain just automatically takes that in and locks that in. But another thing I learned is that information should flow. Keep what serves you, leave what doesn't. Things are flowing in you, they are not your identity. So when someone says something like this, I notice that I literally will hang on to it and be like, okay, that's how the word works. But I'm really learning to change that mindset and be like, I don't have to hang on to every single word this person says just because they're an authority figure. I can take what serves me and take what enhances my value of life, and then let every single thing else leave. And so think of it as a river. You let it the river always flows, but whenever you're hungry you pick up the fish and you eat it. And so that kind of an analogy, I think, is very helpful. So yeah, once you notice patterns and you start rewiring your brain, but also be aware of what people are saying and how your brain is taking in that information and putting identity stamps to it, because truly that's just not you, and you shouldn't be forming identities based off of what other folks are saying. I have like a book because I've been writing things down. But yeah, so once you learn to rewire and learn to let things flow, there's also the aspect of relaxation. So this is where you're meditating and just sitting in peace and seeing what comes up. And so that kind of helps you also understand, like, how does my mind think about certain things versus how does my mind think about certain things. But relaxation also helps you have a neutral state to fall into. And so if you're used to being in your mind and being quiet, and and honestly, we all think thoughts. I'm not saying you should become silence in your head, because the silence too, I my mind is always running. Like, I hear things daily. And so, like, zero like silence, pew mute. I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get to I don't think I'll get to a point where my mind is like mute like that, because it's puzzling, and I love that. I love being creative. I love having ideas. I love hearing from I love hearing messages, basically. But it's more of like sitting still and being comfortable with you and all that is happening. I literally just saw 11:11. But all that is happening in here, it's being still and you know creating a space within your own self where you can fall back to, and understand that when things go haywire, I can always fall back to this loving space in my head and relax and remind myself that I am safe, remind myself that I am okay, remind myself that my goals are attainable, remind myself that all the things I want are already mine, and life is going to work out. And so it's creating that mental peaceful state for yourself. And so when I say creating a space to relax, that's what I mean. Creating I think of it as like a scenic river where you can go back in when things get chaotic, and when you feel scared, and when you feel shocked, and when you're on the brink of like falling back into old ways, going back in there and letting that calm and peace go you, and letting yourself remind you that you are safe, your goals are attainable, and there is no need to be scared to achieve what you want to achieve. Just saying things like, I literally wrote down here, I am safe, I can do this, we're all good, we got this, we receive strength and ability to achieve our goals. And so just having those reminders and being able to come back in and be like, okay, breathe breath in, deep breath out, we're safe, it's okay, our goals are achievable. Just allowing yourself to have that space within you, I think, is very important. So I am cultivating it. I don't like sitting still, but I think it will help for me to just sit and let the thoughts run and be comfortable with that, with me and my mind, and making my mind a comfortable place to dwell in and to live in, and to now it can go extreme and you're all in your head all the time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like I don't know how to put it, healthy amount, but like being able to have that space to fall back in when things get chaotic and be like, I'm okay. And then that empowers you to come back outside and live life. And it's more of like a fuel station, a gas station, or a recharge. And so being your own recharge point where you can go in and be like, we're all good. And you come out and you're like, okay, I got this itch, it's okay, I got it, type of thing. So create a gas station within your mind. That's what I'm hearing, and I think that's so beautiful, being able to recharge and refuel ourselves. Yeah. Okay, also, don't hold on too tightly to I feel like what I'm just gonna say, don't hold on too tightly to things. Like being able to I'm like trying to find the words for this. 1 second. It's gonna come. It's going to come. It's going to come. Some of us get to this point in life where, we hear let go, let God. And I think that's what I'm trying to say. I just don't have the words for it yet. But don't hold on too forcefully to things that all you're doing is overthinking and just be like, this is what I want, I need to get it, that you're constantly in that state of I gotta get this, constantly in a state of panic, and constantly in a state of I need to achieve my goal. It only wires your subconscious to think that in order to achieve my goals, I need, or in order to achieve goals, I need to be in a state of unrest, of hard work, and of unease. And so instead of creating that environment for yourself, allow, and if you don't believe in God or any divine help, that's fine. I believe in God and I believe in divine help. But I think this is the aspect where they come in and help you, because you can hand that over to them and be like, this is what I want to achieve, and God, divine spirits, beings, whatever you believe in, I need help. Come take this from me and aid me and give it to me, or give me a better substitute that matches my higher self. And you just let that go. And so you're not holding on to it, because you know that you have a higher being that can aid you and walk you through it. And so you just gotta live life and tell yourself, and your own role is to do your own part, whatever your part may be, and remind yourself that it's gonna work out, because I got God, I got my beings, I got the universe. And I think that's where the intersection of spirituality really comes in, because it's not just I'm all alone anymore. It's more of I have this infinite being that is right by my side. One thing that I heard today that really just struck me is that I might not have the money or the riches to achieve my wants, but because I have God, I have all I want. And I'm just like, there's no need to worry when you know that you have God and a supreme being that will achieve all it is that you desire for you. All you need to do is just your own small part as it flows, because in helping you achieve it, there's also an aspect of guidance. They're gonna guide you. So listen, what feels right? And that's why we need to know our body. What feels good? What's my intuition saying? Okay, it's saying this, that's what we're gonna do. Or what is, because messages come in different channels. It could be from your inner voice, it could be from what you watch, your ideas, those are also messages. But through different things, messages come. Sometimes they're in your face, like shiny stop signs, and sometimes you're not. And it's all about knowing when God is trying to speak to you, the rest is trying to speak to you, and taking action. Now, I actually believe that you will never miss anything that is meant for you. So I literally, because sometimes I have this moment where I receive something and I know, okay, this is what I'm meant to be doing, but I ignore it, and then it comes back and I find myself in the exact same situation. And so it's like, what is yours by divine right. It's gonna come. And so once you know that, okay, this is mine, you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to complicate things, just follow the guidance. And if you feel like, oh my god, you keep saying follow the guidance, what the fuck is the guidance? Well, just think of it. If this is all woo woo for you, just think of it as what feels right, what makes me feel what makes me feel happy and fulfilled. And the answer to those questions will help you with the path that you're supposed to go on. And so I think, don't overcomplicate your goals. I'm not saying don't dream big. Please dream as wide as the entire universe, because the universe got your back. When the universe has your back, when God has your back, nothing is too big. Okay? Don't be humble, bro. Sis. Nothing is too big. Alright? So, don't overcomplicate it. Just, there's a reason why it feels good. There's a reason why it feels natural. There's a reason why it feels right. Follow it. And create from that space of peace, love, and happiness. Don't create from a space of, oh, this is what the world wants. That's when we started getting wrong, and that's when we started overcomplicate things, and that's when, confirmation burp. Excuse me. That's when we start to overcomplicate things, and that's when we start to include different perspectives to our dreams, and we include different perspectives to our goals, that we miss the line on it, because we're thinking, how can I come off in a way, how can I readjust this goal in a way that is acceptable by whatever audience that you have. Hopefully this makes sense. But yeah, Just, it's between you and your God. If you don't believe in God, it's you and you, because in our own right we're God, but I'll talk about that later on. But it's between you and your team of light, whatever you believe in. And so work with them and create from a space of peace, a space of love, a place of happiness, and let go and let them guide you, because they're there for you. Let them show you the path, and follow what makes you happy. Create from that space of this feels so good, because truly we're meant to be in life to enjoy it. We're not meant to suffer. We are not meant to suffer. And I think an important thing that I keep hearing, like, whatever the heart thinketh, so will be. Just ensure that you create from a good heart, a good space. And good and bad is subjective, depending on whoever it is, or depending on personal preferences. I don't know. But when I say good, I mean in the sense of never causing harm to another being, and never in any, because sometimes we do things that we're not aware of, but are linked to connections that might cause harm. And so coming from a space of is what I'm doing morally just? And I know that's very subjective, but if you feel within you that what you're doing is just morally, then go ahead from it. I think my motto is like never work on whatever can harm anyone. That's just a personal motto. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I guess that's out there. But yeah, what I meant by whatsoever is in your heart, whatever your heart thinketh, so it is. Is that when you think positive thoughts, positivity will manifest, and so negativity. I'm Yoruba, and one of our beliefs is that Ajoguns, they're evil spirits and they are good spirits. It is up to you to decide what spirit you want to work with. And so that quote that I was saying, whatever your heart thinketh, so it will be. When you set your mind up to think goodness, to think of abundance, to think of light, to think of good greatness, you will see the fruits of it in your life. And when you think of the opposite, the fruit of it would be in your life. And although it might not be instant, although it might look rosy daisy when participating in things of negativity, again subjective, there is something called karma. So just something to be aware of. And so just always keep in the back of your mind, go, oh boy, I don't even know if anyone's watching it, but just always keep in the back of your mind that what we think and the energy we let out can be fed on by Ajoguns. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I guess, yeah. Okay. But anyway, back to subconscious. Think of it as a blank state. Just love that whole transition. But think of it as a blank state. How will I raise a child to think abundantly? How will I raise a child to be so blessed in their thoughts and be so comfortable in their being? And then, however you answer to that question, that's how you should treat yourself and treat your subconscious. Okay, that's all I had to say. Finfulwa, you got this. And if anyone else is watching, you got this as well. Okay, bye. It is journal entry 1. Bye.